Basic Appraisal Principles, page 434. Experience in working within a market that provides the expertise necessary to define the market correctly. So how can the appraiser analyze supply and demand for a market? One method of supply and demand analysis is performed by first calculating the absorption rate to establish the market's demand over a period of time and historical look, and then use that information to estimate how the existing supply will be absorbed in the future. Absorption rate. The absorption rate is a tool used to formulate a historical measure of demand over a given period. Essentially, the absorption rate answers the question: has the number of properties available for sale in a defined market grown or shrank? Take a note of two key words in that sentence: defined market. Before an appraiser formulates the absorption rate, the market in which the analysis is to be conducted must be defined. Segment the market. Market segmentation is the first step in absorption rate analysis. A market may be segmented in many ways: price ranges, property types, neighborhoods, and so on. The following example is extracted from a report created by a Minneapolis Area Association of Realtors. In this example, see Table 16.2, the market has been segmented in several ways. First, the data for the entire city was extracted from the Multiple Listing Service, MLS. Next, the citywide data was further segmented into three different property groups, all previously owned and new construction. And last, the citywide data was segmented by price ranges. Table 16.2, market analysis for the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Shows price ranges under 120,000. It shows June of 2009, 4.0. June of 2010 was 4.0. And it shows a change of nothing. Then it shows under previously owned, June of 2009 was 4.0. And June of 2010 was 4.0. And it shows a change of 0.1 upwards. A new construction. June of 2009, it was 6.0. June of 2010, it was 5.6. So it shows a downward change of 6.3%. And as you can see, it just keeps going on in price ranges. At the bottom was all price ranges. Page 435. Again, this is one example of how an appraiser might need to conduct market segmentation. Each market is unique and will have its own method for segmentation. Calculate the absorption rate. The absorption rate is calculated by dividing the total number of closed sales for a given market by the period being analyzed. For example, formula for the absorption rate. You take your total number of closed sales and you divide it by a time period. That will equal your absorption rate. So here's your total closed sales. In month 1, it was 4. Month 2, it was 7. And month 3, it was 4. There were 15 sales in the defined market area during the 3-month period being analyzed. The absorption rate is calculated as follows. You got 15 closed sales. Now divide that by 3 months. That equals 5 sales per month. That's the absorption rate. Seasonal anomalies. When calculating an absorption rate, the period to be analyzed should include a long enough period so that annual trends due to seasonal anomalies become apparent to the appraiser. Some examples of the seasonal anomalies include markets densely populated with families with school-aged children, higher sales between March to August, markets located in areas with severe weather conditions, higher sales in warmer months, markets located near colleges, lower sales in the summer months, and markets that include an influx of later sales of real estate owned REO properties might result in increased sales over a period. The graph in figure 16.1 illustrates closed sales over a 12-month period in an area of the country that encounters extreme weather variances. Notice how the sales, that was the end of the page. Extra notes. Mention to brother to do the absorption rate to burn your hours. Okay. Just like beginning something. I can't see what that says. Beginning hours, maybe? And more homes hell in the summer. March, they are any other time. I think that's what it says. Figure 16.1 shows the seasonal anomalies of closed sales. And it shows the sales increase in the warmer months, June and July, and the sales dip in the winter months.